to the realm. It is Warder's Gate. So we've got a map to be able to show you, and I'm really excited about the process of this. First of all, I think the bigger thing is the community's been wanting a siege map for a long time, Alyssa, and finally it's here.
It's been a while. It's been a minute since we've had a siege map, and we've had a lot of maps recently, but this has definitely been a long-awaited one. And Rafe and Garrett will talk more about it, but this is kind of pushing the boundaries of anything we've ever done on a map before. And
Garrett, I mean, in terms of design, obviously, the siege map might bring a couple of new elements.
Absolutely. So we're sticking to the core fundamentals in terms of spacing and flow that define a siege map, while at the same time adding some new elements, such as, and I'm hoping the pan through here is gonna, you can kind of see it.
We'll have time to get into it.
Okay. But there's these awesome crystals that are located on the flank ground that actually propel your character up into, give you hang time that you can run into and kind of revert your trajectory and go back and forth if you do some really clever stuff with it. And there's one on each flank of the capture point.
Is this like NBA Jam hang time?
I mean, it might be.
It might be, because that's a serious hang time. And talk about just the design of this map from an architectural standpoint and just an art style here.
So we're back to the Dragon's Call style architecture in the map, which is our warder art set as we're referring to it. And here we kind of want to design a place where the warders inhabit a space in the realm that's a bit hidden for the rest of the realm itself, and this is sort of the border into it. So you would cross through this thick forest and right on the other side of it to kind of the gate, if you will, to the warder domain.
It truly feels like its own place, which is really great. And obviously, a lot of these maps being introduced into Paladins have given us a little bit of an insight into the lore of Paladins, helped us expand the world for our community and everyone involved. Does this map do that?
Oh, absolutely. This will give some insight on, kind of who the warders were. And what they're all about. Now that we have Amani announced,
who's that? No kidding. Wait, what? Guys, I gotta go. I gotta say.
And what's super cool about this map is it has an asymmetrical art style, which we've never done before. So each side of the map has different theming, and it makes it really unique because every time you play on this map, you could have a different experience. You know?
Yeah, and that's obviously from just a vibe standpoint as well. We've been doing so much about the Abyss and then the Pyre theme. This feels like it almost fits in between.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, with this sort of asymmetrical objective we had on art, the layout is symmetrical, so technically plays the same for both sides. But we wanted to invoke this different feeling if you play on one side versus the other. So it gives the map a bit of better sense of longevity in that regard.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Fantastic. So obviously, Garrett, heading into the process of this map coming out, just talk a little bit more about. I think we may be able to get a walkthrough through it. I don't know if we have that available yet, but I was told behind the scenes we might have that. But if we don't, obviously this map coming through, hopefully, looking as good as this.
Yeah, no, it's gorgeous. Super bright, vibrant colors, right? Always great for gameplay. And if my super engaged players may actually recognize the capture point and the push routes as a former test map. So shout outs if you played the Super Rift one, because this is what it's kind of manifested into. And basically you've got these big capture or push areas as we're looking at right now, fairly flat and open actually, with these pillars that represent the cover around the capture point, and that's really fun. You get a lot of 1v1s as your team is wiped, and then there's like a front line left, and you're dodging on the pillars because you're a damaged character and you're at low health, and you're trying to take this guy down before he pushes the payload into your base. Oh, look at the butterflies!
Oh my God, that's amazing!
I haven't seen it. Yep. And in this flanked route right here that's leading to the capture point, there's a hazard there without actually any fences to it, so be careful. It would create some really interesting internal gameplay on the offsets. And now what we're looking at is that crystal I was talking about.
Excuse me?
Yep.
Wow.
So giving that, you can do all sorts of things. And I was geeking out about it before the show because you can add say a character that already has vertical mobility, amplify your air superiority, or if the character without vertical mobility, gain the benefit of it, right? So if you hit that full mount speed with master riding as a Fernando,
it's going to stay on your horse.
Yes, you can stay in your horse. And you can catapult yourself deep into the enemy's backline. Or if like you're Maeve, right, and you can manipulate and intelligently use your double jump, you can actually maintain like you can juggle yourself in that upward spire. So there's a lot of really cool gameplay scenarios that happen around it, and really facilitate the point fight.
Well, this is a pretty phenomenal kind of showcase of that new element. Ascension Peak, the last Siege map that we got, brought that bigger capture point than most other maps in the game.
This is slightly smaller, yeah.
And this is slightly smaller, but it has these dynamics of an actual